How to speak convincingly. To speak convincingly, a lot of you probably already know these things. You have to talk loud, you have to talk clear. And this is another thing you need to learn. I'm actually tempted to do a course specifically on oration, but you need to learn to speak effectively. The way you interact with the world outside of your little digital keyboard and your Twitter bullshit is with your voice. I know you're paying attention to my hands now. It's with your voice. If your voice is meek, or if your words aren't clear, or if you don't say what you mean effectively, then you're not going to be taken seriously. People take me seriously because when I speak with a conviction. They sit there and go, this motherfucker knows. The way he's talking, he knows what he's talking about. And I do. Let's sit here and go, oh, okay, well, fuck that. And ah is something that you need to forget instantly. I don't care if you have to train yourself. I don't care if you have to look in the mirror. Get rid of get rid of ah, get rid of gaps. It just completely destroys your entire image. That shit needs to go. And it's something that can be learned. And when I sit there and listen to people, oh, well, yeah. Well, yesterday we went out and then, it's like, what the fuck do you mean, I went out and then, well, you don't remember what you did yesterday? How slow is your fucking brain? You look like a moron. 99% of people look like idiots because they don't pay attention to how they speak. So with oration, it's extremely important. You get rid of ums, you get rid of ahs, you get rid of this bullshit. It's one of the first things you have to do to speak convincingly. Second things is with the hands, the body language. The third thing is you have to be, if you're standing or you're sitting regardless, you have to have a presence as a person. Nobody believes a nobody. So if you're sitting in a room, you need to be overtly taking up space as a man, especially. They call it mansplaining. That's what all the feminists call it. He's mansplaining. He's taking up space. I'm a man. I'm a fucking man. I got space. It's my space. It's mine. And I have something to say and you're to listen. If you want to be believed, it's a combination of things. But a lot of people just want to sit in their little chair. Well, I was thinking that for the progress report, maybe it's garbage. Also, there's nothing wrong with talking too loud. Outside of shouting, fucking talk loud. Conquer the room. You're going to piss some people off, but guess who you're going to piss off? You're going to piss off the betas. You're never going to piss off the boss. Like I said, when I used to have a job, the boss loved me. I'd sit in a meeting and just be like, look, here's how I sell. I was half yelling. I don't know about what the other guys are doing, but what I do is I tell them they better buy it today. The boss will sit there and go, this fucking guy. But I had the best sales record. If I sat there and go, well, I don't know how you do it, but what I sometimes do is, it's just bullshit. Fucking scream at people. Sit there and go, no, this, that, bang, direct. Don't be afraid of the attention you're going to get. If you have alpha body language, if you have serious body language and you project, you're going to attract a whole bunch of attention. If you're shy, you're not going to want the attention. It's going to impact your psyche. It's going to impact how you portray yourself. Forget the attention. Don't worry about it. It's coming. There's no other way to project yourself. Project yourself in a way where you attract attention. Be loud. Fuck all wrong with it. Be loud. When we're talking about the correct way to be, we're not talking about things like hands, seat positioning, etc. This is universal across sexes. The same way you can make a man like you and you can sell products in a business meeting, it's the same way you can make a girl fuck you. It's no different. All of it is based around primary evolutionary human instincts, around confidence, competence, trustworthiness. These are things that, this is the dawn of time. They look at a dude and go, this is a competent guy. If a man looks at you and thinks this is a competent guy, they want to be your friend. In a business relationship, if they look at you and think this is a competent guy, they want to give you money. And if a girl looks at you and thinks this is a competent guy, she wants to suck your dick. It's the same. There's no difference in your body language for a woman or for a man or for business or for anything else. It's projecting competence and confidence and combat ability in all of the situations. You need to learn to walk into a room like I am the baddest motherfucker in the room. I'm the baddest motherfucker on earth. You gotta walk in like that. Just walk in like a fucking G. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Doesn't matter if you're about to fuck a bitch or fucking sell a fucking window. Who gives a shit? You walk in like I'm the shit. Yeah, sit down. Yeah, coffee please. Thanks. The fucking man's here. The fuck? The man's here. Sucking dick? Well, obviously. You gotta be like that. So I know a lot of you guys are gonna come back to me and go, okay, thanks for the course, but what do I do with this girl? You do with the girl the same shit you do with the guys. It's the same thing. So one of the key things you can do if you want to make people like you, two things you want to make people like you. One's a body language trick, one's not a body language trick. One is, if you want to make people like you, ask them lots of questions. Because everyone loves to talk about themselves. if I'm meeting someone extremely important, which happens all the fucking time, from Trump Jr. to anyone else, and I think, okay, I need this person to like me. I don't sit there and try and impress them. I don't sit there and go, okay, Andrew Tate, son of a chess grandmaster, genius IQ, 4-time kickboxing world champion, I've got lots of girls, lots of pussy and money and a Lambo. They don't care. Nobody cares. I sit there and go, yeah, okay, it's really good to meet you. Yeah, I've always been interested in ask them things. Because if you ask people questions, then they have to talk, they have to answer them. And they have to answer them by talking about themselves. And everyone loves themselves. So if you sit there with someone and they only talk about themselves for an hour, they're going to love the conversation. Yeah, it was really good to talk to you because I got to brag for an hour. This is especially effective with women. Women love this shit. If you sit there and try and make a woman impress her, I'm this, I'm that, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Sit there and go, you're different than I expect. So what do? I'm a hairdresser. Hairdresser. Don't you get bored of like talking to people all the time? Well, no, actually, I don't mind because some of the people are really nice and some of the people are my best customers. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. Well, I don't even go to hairdresser, as you can tell. I'm already beautiful. So how long have you been a hairdresser for? Oh, I've been a hairdresser for this long. I went to college and da-da-da. Add in little bits of your own dialogue. But basically, just ask them questions. I took one guy on pickup coaching. I don't normally do this, but I had one guy who paid me money to go out with him for a weekend and pick up girls. And he said to me, oh, I'm really nervous. I was like, bro, ask them questions. Say hello. Here's how you introduce yourself. Here's how you say hello. Ask them questions. And if you do that, you're 75% there. Because they're just going to talk about themselves. It doesn't matter what they reply. Who gives a fuck? You're a hairdresser. You're a nurse. You're a stripper. It's all the same shit. Who cares? Oh, really? That's interesting. Same answer to them all. Ask them. Let them talk shit about themselves. This is super effective to make people like you. Super effective. Because everyone loves to talk about themselves. So keep that in mind. And then the body language trick is to really look like you're listening. Most people don't look like they're listening. If I want someone to like me, I really look like I'm listening. So if I need a boss to like me or a girl to like me, I'll make sure it's clear I'm paying attention. So if you've ever been in like a group of people and there's one girl you want to fuck and everyone's kind of talking amongst themselves, da 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 da. But when that girl's talking, people are half listening. But when that girl's talking, not nuance. Don't look like a fucking creep. But make it clear you're listening. If other people are all talking to you and she starts talking to you, go, okay, yeah. Look at her. I'm listening to you. Because then, oh, he thinks I'm important. He thinks what I say matters. And the boss is the same. He listens when I talk to him. He thinks I'm important. He thinks what I say matters. In a corporate situation, what I used to do, I used to do this all the time. Bosses love this shit. I used to walk around with a little notepad and pen. So if I got called into the boss's office, I'd go in with a notepad and pen, sit there. And when they were talking to me, I'd just randomly write things down. And a few of them said, why you got that? She said, I don't want to miss any key points. And we sit there and go, this motherfucker takes everything. But they like that shit. Like, I'm talking, and he's writing it down to not miss my key points. Yeah, well, Mr. Andrew, you are the best salesman. You have sold 3 times more than everybody else. But I'm a greedy CEO cunt, so I want you to sell more. So I was just wondering if you could possibly do this, or if you try doing this, because you're my cash cow, and I want to milk you for all you're worth. Yeah, you're right. I did try that, actually. I did try that, but I'm gonna find the email. I'm gonna send it to you. Okay, yeah. You sit there and I'm listening to you, sir. What you have to say matters. I'm writing it down. They're gonna fucking love you. They're gonna love you. They're like, who the fuck is this guy? And then they call the fucking jackass salesman in. Hi, where's your sales? Yeah, I've tried. That's how you be liked. Make it clear you listen to people. Most of you don't make it clear you're listening to someone. Make it clear you are listening to them. The notepad and pen example is fantastic with a boss. They fucking love that shit. They're sitting there and go, this dude is takes his shit seriously. Because a boss hires you to make them money. They're always going to pay you less than they make out of you. Otherwise they wouldn't have a business. So if you're sitting there taking them seriously, you're taking their money seriously. Wouldn't you love it if you had someone who came into your house with a pen and paper and goes, how can I make you more money? Tell me what to do. You'd be like, I fucking like this guy. Who wouldn't? So you have to make it clear you're listening to people. And ask lots of questions all the time. Especially once again with the boss, they love that, ask questions. So even if I knew the correct answer, I'd ask them a question. So I'd say something like, I have my pen and my paper, I'm sitting there. I'm almost tempted to get a job again because it was so easy. You know, I never failed a job interview ever. I'd go for jobs that required a degree, and I didn't even have a degree. I just walk in there. Go, so Mr. Tate, your degree? I haven't got a degree. Didn't need one. I didn't need one because I'm the best. I'm prepared to prove I'm the best. I'll work for a week for free, and I guarantee within 6 months I'm going to smash any sales target you set me. I don't have time to go to university and sit there for 4 years. I'm here to get paid. I'm here to get you rich. I'm here to make me rich. I'm the best there's ever been. Listen, I go, who the fuck is this dude? Well, he's going to work for free, so at least try him out. I never failed a job interview. Ever. Ever, ever. I got every fucking job. Tempted to go back because it was so fun. But I'd sit there with my pen and paper, and I'd ask him questions knowing the answers already. I'd be like, okay, sir, well, I've been trying 2 different types of proposal emails. One of them is getting about 20% more responses than the other, so it's the one I think is the best. But I want to send both to you, so if you have time, I know you're busy, if you could just read them and just confirm that's the process I should be going, that's the path I should be going down. That's the process of the emails I'm going to be sending. He'd be like, okay, yeah, send them across to me. As if he's going to say no, the other one, where it's not as effective. Of course he's going to choose the effective one. If he's a clever cat, which he probably is because he's a CEO, he's going to come back with the odd amendment to try and make it look like he knows something. So come back and go, yeah, that's really good. That's good, Andrew. Try and add this and this, and I think you'll be about there. And I'll pretend I didn't think of that. Good idea. I didn't think of that. Going to add it right away. We'll update you shortly. I'll pretend I didn't fucking know and pretend it's important even though it doesn't matter. He'll think he tricked me. Andrew, he's a fucking smart fucker, but I'm still the smartest. I'm the boss. Bam! That's how they like you. Then when you walk in there and go, excuse me, sir, I've been working really, really hard for you and I do my very, very best for this company, this corporation. I respect you absolutely, but I'm unfortunately in a situation where I need to get paid more money. So what's it going to be? That's what I used to do. I used to smash sales records and then they were sitting there like, this Tate guy's going to make the company rich. I'd walk in there 3 months later and say, unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I need more money. Not, could you please consider, not no. Unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I need more money. And their answer would be, okay, well, we have a quarterly review coming up, and you need to make sure your sales stay on track. They try and delay it. I'd say, okay, I'll wait for the quarterly review, no problem. I'm very, very excited about smashing records. I'm no longer interested in sales targets. I'm interested in beating the company's sales records. I know they're already mine, but I'm going to beat them again. I'd say that. And the reason I'd say all that, knowing that the quarterly review is 2-3 weeks away, it's because basically I've said, you better give me a pay rise in that review or I'm leaving. And the CEO is sitting there and goes, fuck, this fucker, I can't let him go. He's the best we got. I have to put his money up. And when the quarterly review comes, say, oh yeah, hi sir, they obviously have been doing fantastic, da, 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 da. Sometimes I had a couple of them try it. Unfortunately, we're not going to increase your pay at this time. But I'd say, okay, no problem. I appreciate that. I just want to make it clear with you. I'm going to do my utmost. I'm going to continue doing my job effectively. I believe if we're going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. But I am in a position where I, unfortunately, do require more money. So I'm going to start looking for another terrible employee. I'm going to leave then. Every time I got an email within 2 days, some fucking offer. Even if I didn't need the money, take the money. What the fuck? Even if it's only a little bit of money, who cares? Take it. Thanks. It's a principle thing. You're gonna fucking reward me, motherfucker. What I deserve. I got a company car that exact same way. I came and I sat down and I said, excuse me, sir, unfortunately I'm in a position where I can no longer use my own personal vehicle. He said, well, we don't do company cars. I said, I understand that. And I know you're paying me 20 cents per mile, but the car I have is putting damage on the car. Also, my brother needs to use the car. I am a very good salesman. I intend to continue to sell effectively. I guarantee I will continue to break every single company record, but I can no longer do it in my vehicle. I need to be provided with a vehicle, or I can no longer work for this company. Boom! Give me a car. Most of you fuckers are afraid to say shit. Walk in there. Give me a car. I want a car. Literally, me and my brother were sitting in our apartment one day. He said, oh, I need the car tomorrow. I was like, I need it. I've got to go to a meeting. And I thought, oh, fuck this. They can give me a fucking car. Next day, had a car. We don't do company cars. Yeah, you do renting a fucking car because your number one salesman makes you all your money fucking said so. I guarantee you do that, don't you? Went down to Hertz and picked me up a fucking nice car. Of course you did. BMW's 3 Series. Thanks. Let's spill coffee all over the fucking seats. Ain't mine. I don't give a fuck. So you gotta be. Mean your shit. But with CEOs, sometimes you have to pretend you're listening, but pretend you're listening to people. They like that shit. Give you a little notepad. Eyes. Eye contact. A lot of you are very unaware where you're looking, especially when you're talking to somebody. I look in people's eyes. I do that very, very specifically. Not in a creepy way. I don't want none of you fuckers to take my videos. Sometimes I say things which are so nuanced, and I'm worried that people are going to be like, okay, Tate said this, so I have to do this. And you're going to go sit there with a girl and be like, hi. You look like a fucking psycho. Like, you have to keep things into perspective. But especially if you want to drive a point home, you look in someone's eyes. Like I said before, the biggest theme behind this body language course is the ability to change your language. It's the change of language that people perceive more than the language itself. So if I'm talking to a girl and I'm like, blah, 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 doesn't matter what I'm saying. Let me think of a sentence. Doesn't matter what I'm saying. But when I want to drive the point home, only then will I look in her eyes. Yeah, actually, I'm really glad I met you because you are beautiful. I'll say the beautiful part and look in her eyes. Before I say that, I'm looking away. And that's what makes it more effective. It's more effective because I've gone from looking away to looking at her. If I just looked at her and said, I'm glad I met you because I really think you're beautiful. It's not, for me, it's far more effective for me to say, yeah, well, I'm glad I met you because I really think you're beautiful. I'll look away and then I'll look at them when I say something I mean. And that change in body language is what they perceive, and that makes you far more convincing. You see where I'm coming from? You want to tell a girl she's beautiful? Well, make sure you're not looking at her and then look her in the eyes directly as you say it like a fucking man. Eye contact. Eye contact needs to be used as punctuation. This is punctuation. Everything's punctuation, make them understand a point. That's how your eye contact should be used. I'm not saying you have to lock eyes with every motherfucker you meet, but it needs to be used as punctuation. Same with men. Blah, 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 blah. Dude, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. When I look in his eyes, it's when I mean it. When you're saying it, you're not looking in his eyes, you don't mean it. Say I look in his eyes, I mean it. If you're not comfortable within your own skin, you see a lot of people, they take pictures and they pull stupid faces. They'll go like, or when they're with someone, they're like, all that shit is submission. All that shit is evolutionary, primate, submissional. You're just broadcasting to the world that you're a fucking loser. Don't do that. You either smile in a picture because you're happy, or you just look at the camera. Done. You're not a fucking clown, and you're not fucking 15. You're making stupid ass fucking faces. It's dumb. Don't do that. Ever. Especially not with a chick. Sometimes chicks do that a lot. And you're next to her. I guarantee you're not fucking her if you do that shit. I've had girls do that next to me. And I'm just like, looking at them like the moron they are. Because I don't give a fuck. What the fuck are you making stupid ass faces for? Fuck off. Suck this. So don't do that shit. So if you're pulling weird faces in photographs, that's because you're insecure. And you're trying to broadcast to the world that you're a little liberal coward. And you're hoping that no one destroys you. You're hoping Big Daddy Tate doesn't come along and squash you in the palm of his awesomely huge hand. Don't be like that shit. I fucking hate that shit. I don't hang around with people who do that shit. Don't do that. Ever. I'll put up a picture of my brother now with his girl. Bang, you just saw it. That girl there is called Bianca Dragosanu. She has 1 million followers, or near 1 million on Instagram. You look her up. You can Google her. She's the most famous girl in Romania. She's like, she had her own TV show. Legitimately A-list in Romania. Very rich as well. Most men would be intimidated by a famous woman who's that hot, who's rich. Tristan went up to her in a fucking petrol station. Went up to her. Started talking shit. Just the way me and him do it. Got her number. Progression. PhD guys. Tower of Power. Introduced himself. Blah, blah, blah. Confident. Bang, bang, bang. He didn't get her number. He got her Instagram. Messaged her there on the spot so she saw it. Even amongst 1 million messages. Ended up getting her number. Da, da. Anyway, he ends up fucking this chick. She's married. She's fucking married. Whole thing comes out in the papers. Me and Tristan end up A-list stars in Romania because we're the guy who fucked Bianca. I'm the brother, but he's the guy who fucked Bianca when she's married. Everything. Complete craziness. Anyway, the point of this picture is this. Most men, when they get a girl like that, they're all over her. She's famous. She's rich. She's important. She's special. Look at Tristan's body language in that picture. Does he look like he gives one fuck about that chick? He doesn't give a fuck about that hoe. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Some hoe. How many hoes have I fucked? Who cares? You dudes are out here caring too damn much. It's garbage. How to intimidate? Well, I don't really like the idea of intimidating unless I mean what I say. The easiest way to intimidate someone is to mean what you say. But just like lying, in most of my personal experiences, you intimidate by changing your body language. Humans are amazing at detecting change. If something stays still, it's not nearly as attractive to the human eye as if something moves. If something's out your corner of your eye and it's still, it's fine. When it moves, you're like, humans detect changes in velocities, changes in speeds. So how the human eye works is detecting changes. And it's very similar with body language. So let's say I'm out, and let's say 3 guys are going to attack me. I don't want to fight you guys because I might lose. So I want to intimidate them. So let's say at first I'm like, hey, get the fuck off, and then we go outside, and they go, yo, you're gonna fucking do it, and I go, and I've been aggressive, I've been the big man, I'm like, look, get the fuck away from me, and they come outside and they want to fight me anyway. I'll change my body language completely. I'll say, okay, we're gonna fight. And then they'll be a bit like, oh, we're gonna fight now. I've tried to tell you not to, and you want to fight, so I tried to be reasonable. It's done, so we're gonna fight now. Let's go. And I'll start walking towards you. And that sudden change in body language is what makes people think, oh, what the fuck? You have to change your body language. Typically, people intimidate by screaming because they start low and then they go high to intimidate. So they'll start like trying to be sensible and reasonable, and the person doesn't listen, and they'll go, you know what, fucking did it, and they'll change it. But it's not the shouting which is intimidating, it's the change in body language. But everyone's accustomed to that. I do it the other way around. And the other way around for me is far more effective. Let's say you're arguing with your girl. You're a stupid bitch, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of your shit, you're always fucking these hoes, blah, blah. I say, yeah, fuck hoes, what? Shut the fuck up. Cook. Blah, blah, arguing. Eventually she won't shut up. You get to the point and go, you know what? You've argued enough. And you get your keys. She goes, where are you going? Just go, oh no, I'm just going to go out. Don't worry. No, I don't want to argue with you. I'm just going to go out. I'm just going to go out. I take your keys. She's going to be more worried about you being sensible and calm and nice than if you shout it anymore. Because it's the change in body language. You have to understand, body language isn't about do this to be this way. It's about being able to flip it. And it's having that sudden deceleration, that massive change suddenly is what makes people think. When I've been attacked before, that story I just told you is a completely true story. This was only one guy. I had a guy who was talking shit from the other side of the fucking room. I said, bro, stay the fuck over there. He was talking shit. He's like, oh, you ain't nothing. I said, bro, I'm not trying to fight you, but you come around and I'll fucking hurt you. Talking shit, Anyway, he gets up. Carl starts walking over, and I stand up and say, okay, we're going to fight. Let's at least do it outside. He goes, yeah, we'll go outside. I said, no problem. Okay, let's go. We walk downstairs. He's like, you know what? And fucking do it. He's trying to get me to argue again, because that's how he felt comfortable. Because Tate, I'm just sick of your shit, Tate. I said, no, it's fine. You're sick. We're going outside. I'm done shouting. I'm not a girl. I don't shout. Ain't my thing. I don't shout like females. We spoke. I told you to stay away from me. You didn't want to listen, so let's go. I wasn't being intimidating in any way. I wasn't acting intimidating. It's the change in body language that made him think, what the fuck is this guy? He didn't want to fight anymore because I became nicer. All of a sudden he's like, this guy's too calm. Motherfucker's gonna shoot me or some shit. This guy's crazy. So it's not about being a certain way. It's about being overtly aware of your body language in a way that allows you to switch it on people. Most of you are so unaware of your own body language, you can't effectively change it. Okay, you can go from happy to angry or from normal to shouting. Those are basic things. A kid can do that. But you can't do it on a very conscious level with tiny details. You can't flip reverse it and go from angry to nice. You can't mix it up. Nobody in this world has dealt with someone, a full-grown man, going from crazy screaming to nice inside of 2 seconds. That comes across as psychopath. That scares people. When you come across as, you fucking did it, fuck. You know what? It's okay. It's okay, I agree. We should hurt each other. That's what makes people think, what the fuck? This guy's fucking nuts. That's how you intimidate someone. The sudden fucking change. Everyone's dealt with it from happy to angry. Or normal to angry. No one's done with it the other way fucking around. I'll reverse it on people. I start shouting. You come near my car, I fucking start shouting. Then, once I know it's violence time, I drop the whole shouting act. I go straight into the nicest man in the world.